Scientists have uncovered Ice Age artefacts deep inside a cave, 1,100 metres above sea level, challenging long-held assumptions about ancient human life in Australia. The cave is known as the Dargan Shelter and is now believed to be the oldest known site of human activity at high elevation on the Australian continent. Wayne Brennan is a Gumroe man who's one of the authors of the research and is a First Nations mentor in archaeology at the University of Sydney. I'm very happy to say that Wayne is with us in the studio. Good to see you, Wayne. So can you tell us about the Dargan Shelter, first of all? Can you describe it for us? What's it like to be there?
Well, it's quite an incredible place. It's like a cathedral, Roz, and it's actually about 25 metres high. It's a very large shelter, and there's lots of rock shelters with art and things like that. And this does have some art, but it's very faded. But it's very deep deposits, and the exciting part about it is that it's at this high elevation where we haven't had this type of work done before, and it's yielded some incredible artefacts and some amazing dates for us.
We're seeing pictures of the cave now. So what artefacts did you find, Wayne?
Well, there are several things, but what's nice about it, they're all in sequence, lovely sequence. We found some grinding stones, which are around, I think, about 13,500 years old, with some marks on them that people could have been grinding bone or wood. There's a whole broad range of artefacts, but what was surprising, that there was a lot of artefacts much earlier than we thought. That's where most of the artefacts were coming from the lower levels. But yeah, I guess the whole important part of it is when you go there, it's like, you're shaking hands with the past. And I think that's really important for all our mobs that work up there and live up there. It's going to be very, very useful for us to renominate for cultural values of the Blue Mountains. I think that's very, very important that we do that we actually try and do that, because we've got an environment that's intact, plus we've got the cultural heritage that sits within it, which is quite unique.
So it was first thought that the cave was too hostile a place for people to live, especially in the Ice Age.
Yes, exactly, and there wasn't much evidence to support that. And we were the only continent that didn't have that evidence at high altitude living, and it really relies on a number of things. That's periglacial activity happened during the summer, and so people would probably come back down to the Sydney Basin and retreat. So there's this strong connection with the Sydney Basin and the other mobs that are south and north of us. So it's an interesting situation, and we're all excited about this discovery, and more importantly, the Aboriginal community in the Blue Mountains are in particular very excited.
You say it's like shaking hands with the past. How does your traditional knowledge combine with scientific research at the site?
Well, this is interesting, because this is what we're tending to do more and more. Contemporary Aboriginal viewpoint's really important, and working with scientists. So our project is we work side by side together and actually listen to each other. And how it really works is that it allows old traditions and understanding to shine a lot more light on the archaeological record. So we work together, and I think that's really important. There's a lot more of that happening nowadays, but here it is, not less than 100 kilometres away from the centre of Sydney, and you've got this amazing wilderness with incredible rock art. And I think that we need to value it more. And I think one of the things, that it's not just about the nomination, it's about getting people on country, particularly Aboriginal people. We need to get them into our system where we can actually contribute to the management of these lands.